I say I'm going to edit things out, but sometimes I don't.
Yeah, sometimes he doesn't. It's a trap.
Yeah,
booby trap.
It's a trap.
It's the Alin Exod booby trap.
What's the idea behind booby trap? Why do they call it booby trap?
I don't know. Did it involve boobs at one point? And trapping boobs. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's we need to search that word.
Yeah, we can look it up now.
There's
apparently harmless object containing a concealed explosive device designed to detonate when someone touches it.
Yeah.
Or place a booby trap in or on an object.
So it still has nothing to do with boobs.
Apparently
not.
But there has to be a reason why they call it a booby trap. In the late 17th century, hungry soldiers would set a trap for a seabird known as a booby. Booby was the name of the seabird. The term booby trap was literally a trap for a booby. However, it has evolved to mean a harmful device designed to be triggered by its unsuspecting victim.
Okay, good.
Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to episode 55.
Is that what it is? 55. Nice. Good for you.
Remember episode 51? You said Area 51.
I did, didn't I?
It got a bit spooky, right?
Yeah, that is spooky.
So here we are with episode 55, and Mr. Caesar's here.
At your service.
How you doing, man?
Wow, I'm pretty good. I feel really good right now, actually.
Been a while.
It's been a while. It's been like nearly 3 months since I've been on
3 months.
Cool Talk podcasts, and it's been too long, definitely.
As Saruman said, you've been busy of late.
I'm busy of late. Yeah,
Saruman, right?
From Lord of the Rings.
Said to Gandalf, I guess.
Yes.
Hello, my old friend. You've been busy of late.
Yes. I've returned as Gandalf the White.
What have you been doing lately?
Well, I've been getting on with lots of projects. I've had lots of students and just trying to get around everyone and everything, basically. How about you?
Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Been busy with the podcast. I've done a lot of camping lately.
Yeah, you have. Been seeing your stories.
Yeah, that I'm proud of.
Yeah, you look like you're really having fun out there. I need to join you.
Time spent camping is, what do they say? Time spent camping is not time lost? Something like that?
Yeah, I've heard of that quote. Definitely.
Something like that.
Yeah, you make it look like that way.
Yeah, camping may not be part of it, but time spent something that you actually enjoy is not doing. The time lost.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about it.
Something
Maybe
like
we have to look it up.
It's a bit like what's the other phrase we have? If you do a job that you love, basically you've never worked a day in your life.
It's never wasted.
Never wasted.
They say time spent with cats is never wasted. So time spent camping is never wasted.
Never wasted.
It's never wasted, right?
You're among nature. Why would you wait? Why would you be wasting your time?
Yeah.
You're having fun.
Nature is the best healer, I'm telling you.
It really is.
It is the best
The
healer.
best form of meditation, in my opinion.
So that's what I've been busy doing lately. And
Good
I've been
for you.
Pretty busy with the podcast and taking care of the Cool Talk community.
Nice.
Yeah.
You are the cool talker.
Yeah, it has grown.
Sure.
Our YouTube page has grown. And that's pretty much it.
That's it, yeah. And that's a very good thing. That's beautiful. And it will keep growing, no doubt.
So the topic for this episode is cancel culture.
Ooh,
cancel culture.
Yeah. It's quite a new term, isn't it?
It is. It is
cancel
a new
culture.
Yeah, it started around 2010.
Right. So
it became super common around 2010.
Yeah.
People started using it, especially on social media.
Definitely.
On the internet.
It's basically, when a celebrity might fall into a trap or says something or does something that basically somehow it goes against what the public thought of him or her, and then they lose popularity.
Or it might actually go against what certain people with power.
Certain people, yes, exactly. Right. See, that's another thing. It's a very controversial topic.
Yeah, you might actually end up saying things which is approved of by the majority of people,
right?
But not well liked by a minority,
a certain group
of people who happen to be super powerful.
Right. And it becomes very troublesome when you mess with those people. Absolutely. And we've seen this in celebrities much of the time because they're in the public eye. We've got celebrities we want to talk about who have been either victims or been involved with cancel
Being
culture.
Public, there's this term public shaming, right?
Public shaming.
It's a cool one, you guys. You want to learn if you want to learn a new term here.
Yeah.
So public shaming.
Public shaming.
Shaming
right.
people in public.
That's right. And then these celebs they lose their popularity. If we look at just 2 years ago, we had Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Man.
There you go. That's a case of Cancel culture,
That was
right
a
there.
trial to remember.
Definitely. Who can forget that one?
My dog stepped on a
bee.
She said, my dog
stepped on a bee. Just think,
why did you do it like that?
How did she get a job in Hollywood? Sorry, that just didn't look convincing, did it?
Same way every... Okay.
Yeah. I know what you were going to say.
We don't want to fall victim to cancel culture.
Yeah, we were about to just then, right there.
Right there.
Goodness me. Yeah, see, that's what happens. When you're in the pub, you really do have to be careful with what you say.
About what you say.
Any word that comes up.
But isn't it the point, like, no matter what you say, you're going to end up offending someone?
Absolutely. You can't please everyone. That's the thing.
That's the other thing we're going to talk about. So here's the thing.
Right.
No matter what you do, no matter whose side you're on, you're going to end up offending the other side.
You're definitely going to be offending somebody. You're going to upset somebody or some
Look at all
group.
these conflicts around the world, everywhere.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Even if you think you have right on your side, even if you think you have the justice on your side.
Even with the evidence.
You can
upset somebody.
You can upset someone.
Yeah. You can't win. That's the way of the world. It's kind of cruel.
Yeah.
Because you can't please everyone. I've tried it many times personally, and it's I realized I was just being stupid. It doesn't work. You can't please everybody. You're always going to upset somebody.
You got some instances, some personal instances maybe?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Many times at work, I was involved in this this very sad scenario. I had a co-host. We had a show called Press Plus, and it was basically a social show. So it was a lot of fun talking about light news and basically social events. Yeah. And my co-host had an argument with the producer, and he was basically... not giving me an order. He was demanding that I support him and refuse to go on air. But then again, I would upset a whole group of people by doing that. It would either upset him or upset this group, the producer, everyone behind me at the station. And I just had to go ahead and record. And obviously, he never wanted to speak to me ever again. But he said, why didn't you have my back?
You made the right choice.
Was
it the right choice?
I think back then and there, I would have to say yes, because I probably pleased more people than just pleasing one person. I pleased the majority, but like I said, no matter what decision you make, you're always going to end up upsetting somebody. And I considered that person not just as a colleague, but as a friend. And I still felt sad and awkward about it.
Sad and awkward.
Yeah,
those are the words. So the same thing happened to me. At occasions, it hurts a lot of people, the fact that I speak my mind. And it does. I cannot please everyone. It's such a terrible thing. Maybe it's such a terrible trait that sometimes I end up upsetting a lot of people by telling the truth.
Some people can't take the truth.
Yeah, they can't take the truth.
They can't handle the truth.
Yeah,
sorry.
They can't.
I had to come out with that.
Yeah,
sorry.
That famous scene.
Yeah, same famous line, yeah.
So you tell the truth. There's this proverb from this European country. I'm not sure what country it is, but it says, it goes like, tell the truth and run.
Tell the truth and run.
So imagine if you're the kind of guy who tells the truth on social media. You're definitely going to be canceled by someone or another.
Or the actual organization, the actual social media itself.
Yeah.
That's another problem, isn't it? Because those are the big guys we were talking about.
They'll end up canceling you.
Yeah. They will cancel you.
They'll censor you.
They'll ban you.
There's this term on Instagram called shadow ban.
Ooh.
Have you heard of it?
Shadow ban.
It's like you're banned, but you don't know anything about it. You don't know about the fact that you're banned.
Oh, dear.
But you're actually banned, and your content does not find its way to the Explorer. Posting content on Instagram a few years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and word around town was some people are shadow banned. Their content is not being seen. It's not being promoted.
Wasn't making its way to the Explore page.
It's not making ways to the Explore because of some certain activity.
Right.
Yeah. And that Instagram considers harmful to
and it doesn't. Does it tell the user what's being harmful? It doesn't mention. See, that's not good.
Back then, Instagram did not have clear-cut guidelines.
Right.
Maybe these days they do. But I think these days they got this thing called account status, and it tells you if there's anything wrong with the content that you share.
Right, or if it comes across as
offensive. So, cancel culture. Speaking of the worst cancel culture example, Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
My favorite character.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, my favorite character in House of Cards.
That was his show, wasn't it? Yeah.
They canceled the last season of the show. They kicked him out.
Yeah. Because accusations, wasn't it?
Because of those accusations. And he was acquitted at the end.
So he was actually his name was cleared, but it ruined his.
He was not guilty. He was not guilty of the charges.
But he was found not guilty.
He was found not guilty of all charges.
Right.
He was acquitted, but then the problem was that the whole show went to shit.
It went to shit. It basically it ruined his show.
They ruined the show because of cancel culture
and part of his career too.
Yeah. So speaking of cancel culture, that's actually a very famous instance.
Yeah.
And it still hurts.
Yeah, no, that was
House
damaging.
of Cards was such a brilliant show. It was such an awesome show, man.
And he played in very big films too.
Yeah, the role he played, he was a whip in the U.S. Congress.
I see.
So the definition I have here is whips are the party's enforcers.
Okay.
They work to ensure that their fellow political party legislators attend voting sessions and vote according to their party's official policy. Members who vote against party policy may lose the whip, being effectively expelled from the party.
Ooh.
He was this whip, and then he became the president because he
Right.
was vice president at some point, and then something happened to the president, and then
he becomes president.
He becomes president. He becomes the president of the United States. Robin Wright. He starred in the movie along with Robin Wright, another awesome actress. But it was a sad thing that happened to Kevin Spacey.
That is sad. It's unfortunate. It's unlucky,
that's what happens,
really, isn't it?
When you're a victim.
You fall victim to these traps.
These kind of things, yeah.
It's the same with Johnny Depp. I mean, they were making a big thing out of the
exactly. So should they really cancel a guy based on some accusations?
Because he's not found guilty. He hasn't been really, lawfully accused. I would say it's injustice to this.
It is injustice.
Yeah, to the person
he
who's
was a
being
suspect,
accused,
right?
Yeah, they're a suspect, or there's accusations basically against them.
Just let him do his thing.
Let him do his thing
until you can prove 100%
innocent until proven guilty. Basically.
Yeah, until proven guilty.
Yeah. So why say that? Look, you're not allowed to be. Disney will exclude you from future projects because you're in court.
Yeah, it used to be one of Netflix's major shows, House of Cards.
House of Cards.
You know that sound at the beginning of every show before, like when Netflix logo?
Yeah.
It's like...
Yes,
that's what Kevin Spacey did in House of Cards. And they borrowed it from that.
They took it from the house. I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, that's what Kevin
Spacey
fact.
did.
He tapped on the desk a few times.
Yeah.
And that turned into...
It turned into the Netflix logo.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't know that, honestly.
Yeah, that was a hell of a show.
Wow.
It still made us upset because they ended the show in the worst way possible. Robin Wright ended up
basically
being depressed. She was the president.
Yeah.
And no.
It went wrong, basically.
It went wrong.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So the other example we were talking about.
Well, we had another example,
didn't
we? Johnny Depp, and then I don't know. I was going to mention actually Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. I mean, he
nothing was proved.
Nothing was proved. He wasn't convicted of anything. He was always the king of pop. But it made people question if he was, You know
the upsetting
criminal.
thing about this is, you talk to some people and they're like, I'm 100% sure that Michael Jackson was a child molester. And I'm like, okay, how can you be sure? Were you there?
Yeah, here's another thing.
It has to be proved in court.
It has to be proved in court. And people, this is something we mustn't forget. Celebrities sometimes fall into other traps when they're big. They fall victim to cancel culture. Yeah. Usually it's when you've got this other so-called victim trying to make money out of that celebrity.
Blackmail.
Yeah, blackmail. That's it. Yeah, so they will say, I will say that you molested me. I'll say that you abused me.
You
touched me inappropriately. If you don't give me $10 million or something like that. Just
$10 million for a single touch.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a large bill.
Well, it's a very large bill, and it will change that person's life. And they must be obviously very desperate. But
you gotta be like, dude, I'm not that famous. Come on.
I'm not that famous.
I'm not that rich. You can't. You can't do that.
I'm skin. I'm skin. You're not going to get anything from
extortion,
me.
Right?
Yeah,
extortion.
Yeah, that's right.
Extortion is the other term.
Goodness me. Yeah, that's the thing.
But there are some other instances where the public were actually right about the person.
Right.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. He did commit a crime, didn't he?
He was caught red-handed.
He
was caught with his pants down.
Oh dear.
He was caught with his pants down.
Oh dear. This turned the podcast into an 18 plus.
And the good thing about Tiger Woods was he actually accepted.
He accepted it.
He apologized.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's because he was honest about it. He came forward and he apologized for what he did.
Apologized for what he did.
My bad. Yeah.
But here's the thing: cancel culture. They say it does more harm than good.
Oh, definitely.
You agree with that?
I don't think it hardly does any good. The only good that can come out of it is honesty.
It hardly does any good.
Yeah, hardly does any
good. That's one thing to remember, guys.
Yeah. No, it's mostly bad. 90% of the time, I think it's bad. It's very bad. It will ruin the celebrity or famous person or the household name's reputation. And it's very hard to make a comeback afterwards.
Okay, but some people would argue that cancel culture has the ability, has the power to hold those people accountable for what they do.
Right. Yeah. It's because basically
they say public shaming is a tool.
Public
shaming is a powerful
because
tool.
Obviously it goes back to the motto from Gladiator. If you remember that film, the scene, it says, "Win the crowd, then you win your freedom." It's very important for a famous person to win the crowd. If you win the crowd, basically you've got more power.
Doesn't it go back to pleasing everyone again?
Yeah. Exactly. You can win a crowd.
How many people can we have who are like Keanu Reeves?
Oh gosh,
loved by all, hated by none.
He doesn't really have any haters, does he? It's probably because he's so humble and he doesn't get involved in any affairs, and he doesn't really end up in any
people like
scandals.
Keanu Reeves.
No, we don't.
So basically, winning the crowd, such a tough thing to do.
I think it would be
turns you into a hypocrite sometimes.
Sometimes
it turns you into a people pleaser.
Yeah. In some way.
Trying to please everyone,
which I said at the beginning.
I think you've been accused of that.
Yeah, but I think I was being silly and stupid trying to please everybody. I don't think you can actually.
Now you stand your ground?
Well,
you stand your ground these days,
I kind of, let's say...
You do what's right?
I do what is right. I do what I believe is right lots of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. How about you?
Well, you know how I am. I know you haven't changed much. I haven't changed. I try to be a little bit more sympathetic. I try to show a little bit more sympathy.
You're more flexible these days, I think.
You can say that, but I still try to do what's right.
That's good.
Even if it hurts people. Mm-hmm. Because I think doing what's right pays off at the end.
Yeah, because
even those who get upset. Yeah, even those who get upset.
Right.
At the end, they're going to find out sooner or later that the guy was right, that I was right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. It's good to be right, but it can. The truth can hurt. This is what I was going. The truth can hurt.
It can hurt.
That's a problem. But it's probably better than having false. I don't know what we're going to say. Like basically false ideas about something and misleading somebody.
So we talked about Johnny Depp, Amber Heard. Johnny Depp. I mean, who can ever find a replacement
as Captain Jack Sparrow?
Captain Jack Sparrow. It's almost impossible to do that.
And that's the thing. That's why he had the crowd. Even if he was being accused, we didn't know which way the court was going to go, whether they were going to accuse him or clear him.
Yeah.
But we already knew that all these movie watchers, all these Johnny Depp fans knew for a fact that Disney would be a sitting duck without Johnny Depp in Pirates
Disney
of the
Caribbean.
Caribbean.
Disney would be a sitting duck without Johnny Depp. A sitting duck.
A sitting duck.
Useless. Care to elaborate?
Yeah, sitting duck basically means that you're in a useless position. You can't really do anything. You have no.
Can't do anything.
You're no more options. You're out of options. You're basically losing.
And you're in harm's way.
Yeah.
You've put yourself
in harm's way.
Yeah, we're sitting ducks.
Yeah.
I've actually heard this term were mostly games, Battlefield, Call of Duty. The guy was like, we're sitting ducks.
There you go. We're sitting ducks.
Yeah, our cover's blown. We're sitting ducks. Yeah. So sooner or later, they're going to come for us.
Yeah, we're in danger.
Yeah, we're in danger. Exactly.
Absolutely.
So Disney was like a sitting duck.
It was a sitting duck
Johnny Depp.
Because the reputation of Pirates of the Caribbean was going to get ruined, even though they were at the same time
tied to Johnny Depp.
They were tied to Johnny. They didn't want to be
without Johnny Depp.
Yeah, he's Captain Jack Sparrow.
And the fact that someone like Amber Heard, it took a person like Amber Heard to defame such a lovely figure.
And I think it backfired, actually.
It did backfire.
It backfired because she didn't gain more popularity. In fact, she lost popularity because of her accusations. And no one took her seriously. Everyone was on Johnny's side.
She ended up with a lot of terrible nicknames like Bedshitter.
That's a good one.
She actually did that.
No, because there were accusations of that kind of activity going on in the bed. That's where she got the nickname. Oh dear, that's too bad for her. That's disgusting.
It backfired. When something backfires, you do not get the results you expected.
Actually, and it ends up worse for you.
Yeah, you get the opposite.
Yeah, you get the opposite, and that's why I say backfire. You fire, but the fire comes back to you.
Plans could backfire.
Yeah.
schemes backfire.
That's right. Yeah. And I think it was a very sneaky scheme.
People spend time planning and scheming behind others, which is a terrible thing. Such a terrible thing.
I can also call the backfire scenario, it's instant karma. Mm-hmm. Instant karma. When karma basically answers you back right there and then on the spot. And wow, that can hurt.
Yeah.
And some people just, they don't expect it.
It hurt the fans, it hurt the followers, it hurt Disney.
Yeah.
They're too proud to accept it, but it definitely hurt.
And the funny thing was, I say Johnny Depp won. Yeah, he came out on top.
And they were thinking of finding a replacement, a female replacement.
Are you serious?
That's the kind of shit Netflix does. Come on, guys.
That's what they do.
You're Disney. You know better.
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't do that. Why would you replace
Jack
Sparrow?
You're ruining the
character.
Yeah.
They're not related.
It's completely unrelated. It's got nothing to do with the plot.
We had supporting actresses in the past,
right?
And they were good.
Yeah,
they performed beautifully. Yeah. Alongside Jack Sparrow.
Captain Jack Sparrow, played by Johnny Depp.
Yeah, so that's right. Johnny Depp, he was actually one of the most famous victims of cancel culture.
And the funny, it was
they cancelled him easily.
I would say it's all for nothing. In this case, it was all for nothing.
It was all for nothing. Yeah.
He was wrongly accused, and Disney now want him back, and they want to pay him loads for the next.
Yeah, here's the other
Pirates of the Caribbean.
The other thing you guys can learn. He was wrongly accused.
Wrongly accused.
He wasn't rightly accused.
No, wrongly accused.
That's the opposite.
Yeah, that's right.
Like Tiger Woods, he was rightly accused.
Rightly accused. He committed a crime. He was basically
his
caught.
Pants were down.
As you said earlier, his pants were down.
His pants were down.
Was his trousers down?
His trousers.
His trousers were down.
Trousers is British. Pants is American.
His trousers were down.
So his pants were down. But the thing is, Johnny Depp, no, his pants were not down.
No.
Unless they were down in his own bedroom.
I think he was zipped up. They were trying to pull his trousers down.
They were trying to pull his trousers down.
Force his trousers down.
Yeah.
But no, they couldn't do it. They failed. In fact, I think Disney were caught with their trousers down. They're not even allowed to talk about this sort of thing.
Have you watched this movie, Trumbo?
No, I haven't.
It's a beautiful movie. Bryan Cranston. I think he got an Oscar for that.
Did it?
It was either an Oscar or an Oscar nomination.
How did
Trumbo.
Trumbo was slip me by.
Yeah. Trumbo. Trumbo. He was a writer. Apparently, he was a communist, based on a true story. Mm-hmm. And then in Hollywood, everyone tried canceling him. They tried to cancel him.
Oh, dear.
Everybody in Hollywood tried to cancel him and his pals.
Ruin his reputation.
Yeah, because there was a group of people. And then somehow they worked really hard to bypass, those sanctions.
I see.
So so-called sanctions.
So-called sanctions.
And they ended up winning.
I see.
They ended up winning. They started publishing scripts under other people's names.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, to gain popularity again.
Oh, Cassius Clay. Oh, that's another one, isn't it?
Clay, yeah.
Cassius Clay.
And
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. And after a while, they realized that this cancel culture does not work.
No.
Does it?
If someone's wrongly accused,
freedom of speech.
Yeah.
If you're an advocate of freedom of speech, you got to be super meticulous. You got to be super careful when you approach topics like that.
Absolutely, because if you're playing around with someone's reputation, if they really are genuine and they've done nothing wrong, the truth. That's what they say. The truth is out there.
Yeah, that's the if.
Yeah. If they are.
Yeah, if they're good people.
If they're good people.
If you're trying to blackmail someone, if you're trying to spread bullshit. About someone.
It's not nice. It could backfire. And these people, if they're genuine, they're good people. The truth is out there. Mm-hmm. The people will know. People feel other people's energy. They'll know this person's being wrongly accused. Mm-hmm. This is
wrongly accused.
Cancel culture.
Okay, so I think we covered all the instances. We talked
about
Kevin
didn't we?
Spacey. We talked about Michael Jackson.
Absolutely.
Johnny Depp.
And
talked about Tiger Woods as well. There were also. Don't get us wrong. There were examples where the guy was actually, he was rightly accused.
Rightly accused,
He actually did things.
Caught red-handed,
Yeah. But what we're mostly talking about is this terrible cancel culture thing, which is quite ubiquitous these days.
Yeah.
It's quite common.
It's becoming more common, probably
I don't
because
like you. Okay, I'm going to start a cancel culture thing. I'm going to do a cancel culture thing on you.
Do you think it's...
I'm going to do it on Twitter. I'm going to do it on Instagram, social media.
I was going to come to that.
Yeah, everyone,
social media.
So, let's cancel this guy because he has a certain set of beliefs.
Yeah.
Because he supports a certain group.
Yeah, and then they send some kind of reporter to even trap them further. Mm-hmm. And then that goes around social media. But then again, that would backfire if the person is actually genuine. What they're saying actually makes sense.
Yeah, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
you can never cancel.
You can't cancel.
You can't cancel people who make sense.
Exactly. They'll actually rise.
Even if what they say is not music to your ears.
Yes, that's right.
And if you don't like, even if you don't approve of, I think that's the essence of freedom of speech.
Yeah.
You may end up saying things that I don't like.
Right.
And I got to learn how to tolerate that. I got to learn how to put up with that.
That's all part of freedom of speech.
You have a certain set of beliefs. I got a certain set of beliefs. And sometimes they might not go hand to hand. Is that the term?
Hand to hand, or basically it doesn't have to basically please the matrix, as we would call it.
Please the matrix.
Please the matrix.
That sounds like Andrew Tate.
Oh, that's Andrew Tate
Please
stuff.
the matrix.
Please the matrix.
What's matrix in this instance?
Okay, if we're talking about matrix, it's basically the flow of things, this sort of a pop culture and so-called set of beliefs that if you go against something, you're not allowed to go. You're not allowed to question this. We've got these sort of, you're not allowed to question this. But if you're not allowed to question something, that again, it defeats the idea of freedom.
There is an Iranian movie critic. I'm not gonna say his name.
Right.
He's an Iranian movie critic, and he is critical of almost every single movie Iranian directors make.
Wow.
He's like, that's shit. That's terrible. It's a shitty movie.
Sounds like a man after my own heart.
Exactly. Yeah. And the cool thing about it is, lately I've seen more people trying to understand and come to terms with the fact that this guy, maybe he's right.
Maybe he's
or
right.
Maybe we got to respect
He's got a point here.
because he's an expert in this field. He's an expert in this field, and what he says sometimes makes sense.
No, I can see that. Yeah.
Like 10 years ago when he talked, people were like, "Oh my God, he doesn't know shit about movies. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He does not know his stuff." But these days, a lot more people started to realize that, hey, maybe he's right.
Yeah, maybe he's got a point here.
Maybe he's got a point here.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's another example of cancel culture.
Cancel culture. Yeah, exactly. Just because there's a certain trend of things set out either on the media or social media.
Pleasing the matrix, so that's what I'm saying.
Pleasing the matrix. That's the thing. It's something that comes out on the media or social media or in society that somehow force people to follow and not question.
Not question.
Why are they not allowed to question it?
Yeah, why do I have to follow something I cannot question?
Yeah, I cannot question. Yeah, what if I don't believe in it? I'm a human being. I'm allowed to have my own set of beliefs. There you go.
And I should be allowed to question.
Yeah, you're allowed to.
I gotta have the ability to question everything.
That's it.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
Nothing's beyond reason.
Nothing is beyond reason.
Nothing's that sacred.
Absolutely.
Got to be able to question everything.
You have to be able to question
that's
it
the
without
essence of freedom of speech, basically.
And that's the thing. Some of those social media platforms, I don't know. I don't want to mention Instagram or other social media platforms, but
feel free to mention Instagram because it has become shitty these days.
It has, hasn't it?
Everyone knows.
And
we even have our own term, but we can't use it.
We have loads of terms.
That's actually Sam's term.
Yeah, it's got the C word in it.
It's the C word.
It's the C word. You can work the rest out for yourselves. But exactly. So what it's doing, it's rewarding certain types of videos. And then when you go against that mainstream flow, that's when you're going against the matrix, and that's when you're not being supported by the platform.
Acting like a clown in front of the camera to get views.
There you go. Hit the nail on the head.
I put it beautifully, sir.
You put it beautifully, sir.
Acting like a clown in front of the camera will get you views.
Yeah, that's one thing.
The
crazy shit. And it gets loads of explore circulations and plenty of views and follows. And those people end up becoming bloggers that get paid loads and loads of money to advertise a product. It doesn't make sense.
It does not. But apparently things that don't make sense are
being backed.
Yeah, are trendy.
They're trendy and they're being backed.
Super trendy. They're being backed by God knows who.
Yes. Sometimes I don't think it's in the people's hands. It's in the platform's hands.
It's in the platforms.
Yeah.
They matrix.
The so-called matrix.
That's why Andrew Tate keeps using the word matrix. Well, of course, I'm not.
Lots of other people are using it too.
We're not Andrew Tate supporters.
No,
we're not supporting him in any way. But
we're supporting the term itself.
The term itself. Matrix. Okay, I didn't know that.
That's it.
All right, cool. Samson Z's on cancel culture. So the conclusion we make is it does more harm than good.
The moral of the story is it does more harm than good. Definitely.
Most of the time.
And try to steer clear of it as much as you can.
Judging by the instances we've had.
Whether you're on the receiving end of it or the accusing side of it, just try to steer clear of it.
Two ends, guys. The accusing side and the receiving end. right? So when you're on the receiving end, you're the one who's being accused of doing something wrong.
You could
when
be
you're
the
on the
victim.
accusing side, you're the guy who's actually saying things like, "Oh my God, look at that guy! He's done something wrong. Let's cancel him."
Putting someone down and let's cancel him, and make him a victim of cancel culture.
Exactly.
Damn.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching this episode and listening to this episode on Castbox.
Nice.
And just like always, putting up with our expressiveness. Sometimes we get tense.
We do.
On the show, especially when Samson sees us around.
Oh,
thank you, Sam.
My pleasure, sir.
Thank you, Sam, for being on the
It's
show,
lovely
man.
to see you again, man.
Do let us know what you guys think in the comment section below.
You are the cool talkers,
basically. You guys are the cool talkers. Till next time, see you later.
He's Ali Nick Zud.
And Samson sees. Take care.
See ya.